Yo, boys, look. They done changed the AP limit on us. And now, I got a setup for y'all that I think can work just about for anybody. Now, am I gonna say it's cheap? No. It's gonna cost some coins if you already had your team set up for 12 AP. Like once upon a time I did. Right? We're at a 6 max. I'm gonna go through this lineup and show you guys how to maximize your AP to the finest at most positions. Offensive line, I feel like is the simplest, right? Offensive tackles, your guards, your centers. All of these guys should have secure protector in my mind. Except center, I run post up on my center for the run plays to go to inside. You could even get a secure protector, I believe, at center. You could just move a guard or tackle to center that has that. I use the Red Tornado also because he boosts both guards' speed. I think it's like speed, agility, physical attributes that help them move a little better. But Trent Williams, Peter Skoronski, Alex Kappa, John Madden, they all get secure protector for 0. Now, once you go over to the tight end position, I run a 49ers theme team, and you're going to see that here. But there are many different tight ends that get short end for 0. There's even tight ends that get route tech for 0. I can't remember one right now that comes to mind, but I know there is one because I used to have it. So, I think it's Kelsey. Kelsey gets route tech for 0. Vernon Davis, short end 0. George Kittle, short end 0. Rob Gronkowski, short end 0. Now, when we go to receiver, this is where it gets interesting. Probably the best receiver for value now when it comes to AP is CeeDee Lamb. But he costs 1 million coins now. So this is what we're doing. Calvin Johnson, one of the best cards in the game, and that's why you grind it to level 50. Look at those stats, look at those attributes. You don't want to get rid of him out of your lineup. So run route tech, short out for a total of 1 AP. Now, as you can see, this is the first AP we've used on offense so far. Then you go over to your slot receiver. In my mind, you should have a slot receiver that has short end or route tech for 0. Those are the guys that usually don't get pressed because you probably are running tight. But even if they do, that's why you have your other receiver right here. That also, if people are running press coverage, someone like Randy Moss. You got to at least have, in my mind, if you don't have CD, you should be running Ring of Honor players. Because Moss gets deep out, route tech, and short out elite all for 1 AP. And I believe this deep out is definitely special because with people having less AP, you will see less knockouts. So Randy Moss going up there snagging like it's day 1 of Madden. Now, so far we've only used 2 AP on offense, and that's when we get to quarterback. The best quarterback in the game, in my mind, is Aaron Rodgers if you don't like moving at all. However, if you do like moving, Tim Tebow has to be on your list in my mind. He gets hot route, gunslinger, pass lead elite, and fearless, the God stack for 3. Now, if you're not scared, he does have slinger 3, you could take gunslinger off. If you're not scared of people getting pressure on you because you got your secure protectors, you could take fearless off. A lot of people are probably going to start running their quarterbacks without one or the other, depending on their release or depending how fast they think they can get the ball out. If you want to stay with the God stack, Tim Tebow, mobile quarterback, probably should still, and he's still pretty cheap, like 400, 450K, because he hasn't jumped up as much as someone like Aaron Rodgers. I like him for me. One of the best running quarterbacks in the game and also can sling the ball without a doubt. And then, this is something you have to pay attention to in my mind. AKA running backs. With people not being able to put secure tacklers and tackler supremes out on the field as much. Because those are abilities that usually go on things like linebackers. And then if you have a linebacker on the field, you can't match up lurker and pick artist or lurker and acrobat. And things of that nature. I still believe you should have an AKA running back on your field. I still have Cordero Patterson. You put the 1 AP on him for Phenom. And you get the backfield master for 0. Then you go down to Richard Sherman. I have him as a backup running back. 99 overall, out of position. He gets backfield mismatch for 0. Ward Dunn, you already know, gets evasive and short end for 0 as well. Then also, the fullback we got earlier, not the new Gilliam, the Gilliam before that Gilliam, he gets honorary lineman for 0. So your offense is complete, and we're right at 6 AP. You can't beat that with a stick. Now, defense. Now, this is where it gets tricky. In my mind, to run a successful defense now, you need, and I'm going to say it again, you need the game changer players. Especially for what I'm about to show you. It gets a little tricky here. Kevin Byard went up in price. Now, you will lose if you're not running the theme teams for speed in Kevin Byard. He's only 98 speed. However, still 97 man, 99 zone. Still good hit power, still good catching. A little short. But still, one of the better safeties I used this year when I did do the gameplay on him. No problem with Kevin Byard. He gets acro and pick artist for 0. So you're saving AP there. All my linebackers have lurker for 0. And except for Nola Smith, we have speedster for 0. Then you come over to maniac. Once again, depending on where people skim on their offense, even if they still have secure protectors out there, unstoppable force is still, in my mind, the best way to get pressure unless you're running DB fire. And without knockouts, I feel like a lot of people might back away from spinner, DB fire, maybe more of that dollar defense that we've been seeing all year. But then you go to safety. Isaiah Palomar, another card that you probably grinded for. In my mind, he doesn't have to move. He gets all 32 team chems. I'm running pick artist acro. And you will see that as the theme throughout the whole secondary. No knockouts, pick artist acrobat. Let's try to get as many picks as we can. Once again, same thing with Dion. Told you, Ring of Honor. You need him. Pick artist and acro for 0. Kendall Fuller, pick artist and acro for 0. Another one. Hopefully you saved up your upgrade tokens and you got them when they were available, because now, you see what I'm saying? You get to use them for the stuff like this when they drop the AP all of a sudden at the end of the year. So Kendall Fuller, acrobat and pick artist. Once again, you lose 1 speed. 99 speed throughout the defense is kind of hard to have now. So 98 speed, but 99 man, 99 zone, good press. A little shorter, so I'm going to be playing him in the slot. But for 0 AP, you can't beat that. Then you go to your pass rush. Now, a lot of people were down on the rookie cards because some of the abilities got kind of cut. And you only have 1 0 AP ability slot. But in my mind, Tyree Wilson and Jalen Carter now are a premium because they get tackle supreme for 0 AP. Not only do they have good pass rushing stats, and maybe they're not the fastest, but I play them on the interior. I sometimes run the 3-3-5 wide, so then it's John Madden in the middle and Jalen Carter and Tyree Wilson on the opposite sides of him. When people have AKA running backs, if they do get a shit, they'll make the tackle in the backfield. I feel like these are must-haves. George Karlaftis. Furious George. Another unstoppable force. He gets multiple team chems. 1 AP you use there. So now, so far through this defense, what you've seen is we have 2 here. We have 1 at the strong safety spot. And then you have Keith Taylor. Another free card. I like him a 6'3 corner. Pick artist and acrobat. For 1, since nowhere else we used AP except for sub linebacker. Come over here with me. Pay attention now, people. This is important. The reason I've only used 4 AP on defense and tried to maximize it as much as I can is because AKA running backs will be even harder to stop with this AP update. So, if I were you, you get you a safety like Jeremy Chin. You can put pick artists, and then because you do have AP free, you can throw tackle supreme on him. Now when you shoot the gap and you get that running back in your grasp, he's not going anywhere. Then you go down to the next one. Who is Ryan Neal? He also gets pick artist, tackle supreme, and crusher all for 1 AP. So now, because you only spent 4 AP on the defense, you have some extra AP for your sub linebacker spot. And if you're not too scared about the run, honestly, you could switch this and throw acrobats on the sub linebackers. But this is my lineup adjustment for the AP update and for probably the foreseeable future, unless golden tickets get two 0 AP spots, Kendall Fuller and Kevin Byard, I feel like have to be in your lineup. And because not even the Ring of Honor players, we don't have a safety. And we only have Dion at corner. So this just frees up some AP so you can do something a little shifty on the sub linebacker spot to help you stop the run. But without further ado, y'all, please like, comment, and subscribe if you new. I'm AJack1K, and y'all already know. I'm out of here, man.